Welcome y'all back to Introspective Thoughts with your boy Martian, aka the great and powerful Martian, aka the nig that keeps on nigging, aka the bitch that makes the biscuits, aka Deku's evil twin, aka Miss Frizzle's loud pack, aka DJ Run That Back, aka the part-time homosexual, aka your child's favorite teacher, aka Gay Wrongs, aka a bad bitch and that nigga, aka the stone that the builder dropped. Unfortunately, aka God's playable character, because I would never be an NPC like you hoes, aka a seat at the table, aka a child not left behind, aka the realest nigga that I know, aka nobody's cup of tea, aka the chic of all trades, and we are back for another episode of Introspective Thoughts. And I got another guest here. Shout out to my last one that we had on here. We had a great time. If you ain't seen the episode, go watch it. I ain't gonna tell you where to go watch it because you should already know better at this point. Follow directions first time given. Amen and amen. But I am joined here today with my brother, my homie, my friend, Caylin. Tell the people what's good, man.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Caylin, aka Reverend, aka KK, aka your girl's favorite Sigma. But I can't be that no more. I am taken.
That's your girl favorite sickle. Wait a minute. I ain't that. If you get in trouble, that ain't got nothing to do with me,
see now,
gang.
see now, see now. That's why I said I can
You
be
know,
your favorite,
I'm
but
just saying.
I got my favorite. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, look, you got your ball. Is that what you saying?
Yeah, I got my ball.
Bro, I don't understand the children in this lingo because y'all will never understand how much I had to sit with my students in my office and then we had to pull out the whiteboard. I was like, can y'all break down what does this mean? So if you got a ball, right? Does this
Mhm.
mean that like no, what did I say? If this person is your ball, does this mean that that's your little fine shit or like what is this? Because I need to
The
see how
same,
you.
same, same, same difference. Like that's my ball. You ever play pickup with somebody and they get mad and they take their ball home with them? Like that's my ball. That's mine. Ain't nobody can play around with this but me.
Caitlin, one of my AKAs here says the part-time homosexual and also gay wrongs. I'm sorry. I'm not that type of gay, but I'm also not that type of nigga. I don't play the sports. Basketball was not my I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. But if that's the case, then hey man, shout out to y'all because I don't get it. It don't make no sense to me. But
It's
I,
fine. We straight.
you said what now? Did you just call me Unc? See, this is why I hate y'all. This is why I hate niggas. Because everybody want to call me Unc, even though I am and have been somebody's uncle for like the last 20 some years. But that's besides the point. Y'all getting too careless with this Unc. I ain't Unc, I'm Big Bro. Leave me alone.
Right? If you trying to tell me or you sound like you're trying to convince yourself.
Oh, I ain't trying to convince nobody because I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. If I'm Unc, ooh, let me not go there. It's still got to be rated some type of PG-13. Let me keep it cute, you know. Let me not go there. But I appreciate you coming through, man. Per usual, I always like to start off these episodes, these shows with a check-in. So on a scale of 1 to 10, one being this is bullshit, I'm tired of this, Grandpa. To scale of 10, everything is copacetic, it's going great, it's amazing. How are you physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally? What's it giving?
I'm about an 8.5, 9. You know, I feel great. I feel amazing.
Okay.
Steady moving around. Well, finally got a chance to sit down, so I feel great.
I fucks with that. So that's across the board, eight and out. Or is this just in one particular thing?
Across the board, I feel great.
I
Ain't no
agree for that.
complaints.
I'm here for that. I can say for myself, I'm definitely at an eight. I'm just like, we here. We making it do what it do. I have no complaints. And even if I was to complain, it's all well at the end of the day.
Hmm.
Either I can control or I can't. And here we are. We chilling. So let's go ahead and jump into the things that I found interesting this week. I first want to start off with Cocaine Bear. And if y'all are not sure who that is, I'm talking about Omika. I'm talking about Roman. I'm talking about Harajuku hyphen Barbie. I'm talking about Onika Tanya Mirage, also known as Nicki Minaj, and her latest shenanigans, if you will, with SZA. And I don't even know what's going on with the back and forth because I don't even halfway pay attention. My question for today is like, is everything okay at home? And also, if it's not, what is it? How is the public? What are y'all giving to her at this point? Because
Hey, I don't know. I can't really say nothing. I'm scared of the Barbs. Oh my God,
what the Barb's
they
gonna
not
do?
well, they not mentally well either.
Uh, you're not wrong there. You're not incorrect there.
So I don't. I think so. I think it's just a lack of communication. I'm trying to keep this in the box. I ain't trying to go outside that box. I ain't trying to upset. I ain't trying to upset nobody.
I
Because I
mean,
mean, all this business is above my pay grade. I don't. There's rich people problems they're talking about over there.
that is true too, right? But my thing is, it's like with Nikki, right? Because this ain't the first time she went on that rant. Because what was that? Was that last year? Or was that earlier this year? That whole thing with her and Meg the Stallion, she was talking about get up on your good foot, big foot, and gave us whatever the hell that was on 3 minutes worth of a track. I don't know what, I still don't know to this day what that was or what was going on. But this ain't
Auntie,
her first time doing
I
it.
mean, auntie need to sit down and understand is other women artists that they ain't got to kiss your ass. They can get pay you how much without kissing your ass.
But also, too, though, on top of that, now let's be clear. Nicki Minaj did change the game to some extent, especially with her bars, with her flow and stuff like that, especially like with her punchlines. Like it gave what it needed to give, right? However, how do we pay homage to somebody that didn't even want to pay homage to the people that came before her? But also, how are you still standing on this? I'm the baddest bitch, which you're not. That's Trina. And you expecting people to basically kowtow to you, but you not giving us nothing positive or beneficial or a reason to want to talk to you, kowtow to you, or give you homage. Is
I
my
mean, you
thing.
got to you. I don't. Well, I don't think you've seen Empire. Empire, one of my favorite shows. You ever? It's like Lucius not wanting to step down from the throne of Empire, even though like that's a rightful change. Like he's supposed to hand it over to his sons. Like he's supposed to want to. Like at some point, you got to pass it down. I don't think she just came to that point where she ain't accepted that yet. Like it just naturally runs its course. Like basketball players, whatever the case may be. Like LeBron understand, hey, I'm 40 years old. I can't do the same shit I was doing when I was younger. I don't have the energy
Yeah.
for it. I gotta pass it down. I don't think she came to that realization yet. That's why she started getting into it with all the other women rappers.
But my thing is, even if that is the case, right? Let's just pretend like that is true, right? Nobody said that she had to step down. It's just make space for other people. But on top of that, I feel as if her viewpoint as far as about how good she is, regardless of how much she sold, how many M's she done made, all that great stuff, right? You came up in a time where you didn't have no real competition either.
I mean,
So,
but you also got to factor it into now. But we got a plethora of great women artists. She came up
right.
for a time where she had to hold it down by herself. So you got to I understand why she feels some certain way, but
But
but at some point you got to understand that that's just not reality. Like
right.
give it a times.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like you can't. But even at the time, going back to what I was saying, as far as like, excuse me, you came up in a space in which you ain't had no real competition, and now you quote unquote do. And when I say quote unquote, I don't mean like that in a shady way. I mean like if you think you have competition, then sure. Do I think that any of these people can compete with Nicki Minaj? Not necessarily. That because everybody stands in their own lane, right? They got their own right. And so for me, it's like I don't necessarily see as if that she has to pivot in a way that still makes her look good because she has longevity in which she needs to stand on. But it's
Mhm.
more so to me her antics, but even more so stuff that goes on in her personal life that ain't got nothing to do with her musicality and what she's able to produce. But I think it does have an impact on there too, though, right? Um, where the stuff that's going on in your personal life is trickling over into your professional life, and we see that in a number of musicians and things like that, right? But nobody's asking you to like move out the way so Glorilla can come in. Nobody's saying move out the way so Lotto and the rest of these girls can come in and have a spot, right? But what I'm saying, I ain't gonna speak for everybody. What I am saying is though, is that in order to get respect, you gotta give respect, right?
Mhm.
And even when we go back to the women rappers back before her, such as your Trainers, your Kims, your Foxys, your Queen Latifahs, your MC Lights, all of those people, hell, even Erica Badu, because she rap every now and again too. There's homage that is still, there's homage of respect paid to those people, even if
Mhm.
they don't fuck with each other like that, because there was a point in time, who was it? It was Remy Ma and somebody else going back and forth. Was it Remy Ma and Nikki?
Mhm.
Okay, which I mean, that in and of itself, that era of time in and of itself was wild, right? But part of the reason why everybody before her has an issue with her is because it's like, bitch, we paved the way for you. You wouldn't have the gumption or neither the audacity to come at this game or come at this like you do, like your shit don't stink, as if it didn't take people to pave the way for you. And now what it looks like to us on the outside is that you're shitting on people because they're trying to quote unquote take your spot, as if you the only bitch that's out here that's good, that's got some bars. Because if
Yeah,
we're gonna be fair, even Lil Mama had a few bars back in the day with that lip gloss on, right?
she
And
did.
you said that this the fuck out of her 5 Star Chick remix.
See,
Like
but it's also we don't know what happened behind closed doors. That's
that's
why.
also true.
So it's like I can't really just speak on it, but I just wish I could, from the outside looking in perspective, I just not everybody has to kiss the ring, and that's okay.
And that's quite literally okay, but here we are, you know. Speaking of which, of body and people and stuff like that, let's go ahead and talk about this Clips album. I'm sure you have run it forwards and backwards 17,200
Album of the year,
86
album of
times.
the year, album of the year, album of the year. Besides
What
Gen X, album of the year. And I don't even
GNX?
know if
Wait,
Gen X dropped in December, November,
it
but I
then
think
it
it
would
was.
still technically be considered for this. Well, no, no, wait, maybe. Because did it win Grammy? No, it didn't win Grammys this year, so it technically would
Oh,
have
okay,
been last
okay,
year.
okay.
Yeah,
When
I'm thinking
it's
because like after a certain point, like it won't count for the Grammy season. Yeah. So yeah, that was last year. But well, this past February. But album of the year. But I thought you was a Wayne fan. I thought the Wayne album was album of the year. What happened, Caleb? What's going on?
I'm a Wayne stan, so I'm gonna enjoy whatever Wayne put out, regardless of what folks say. But I will say it's not his. Me personally, it's not his best Carter. I can admit that it was just some tracks. I'm like, yeah. But I'm also like, I need Wayne to get in touch with reality. A lot of time, like the music just sound dated a little bit.
What you mean by that?
It sound
Because
like if this album came out around 2013, 14, 15, like it would go crazy. But I'm also like, I don't. My expectation for Wayne hasn't like it hasn't changed. His subject matter is still gonna stay the same. He like my expectation for a Carter album is exactly what I got. So I didn't go in disappointed.
well,
Like
see,
I
here's
have
my
never heard.
thing with Wayne though. Because a lot of what he came out in 2013, like that was when I was an undergrad. So a lot of that shit was like it was club music, right? I was disappointed in this Wayne album, and I didn't even give it
Well,
too much time to listen to it.
it's also like I because has always been very adventurous. So I'm gonna listen to the rock songs. I'm listening to
Hmm.
like I'm not surprised by that. And I
Yeah,
generally like when he playing guitar on the song and singing on it.
yeah.
It was cool. It was cool when he did How to Love, but now y'all hate this song. Like, what type of sense did that make?
I
I think,
mean,
I think it's more so like people' opinion on the internet is more so like if everybody say they don't like it. I mean, if one person say they don't like it, everybody's going to agree with it. Like, do I feel like I give it like a 6.5, 7 out of 10? Just my personal. I I can form my own personal opinion when it comes to music. I don't let nobody else dictate how I feel about the music.
that's true.
Because the internet is your biggest hater. Like no matter what, Wayne album came out 2 minutes later, it's trash. You ain't even listen to the album yet.
Well, now, hold on. Now, with that, I do agree with that because, and Beyonce even said this too, right? And this ain't even be like, "Ooh, I love Beyonce." Beehive. No, it ain't even that. Like, she made a valid point that people don't listen to full bodies of work these days, right?
People don't listen to me. People don't listen to music for real no
They
more.
don't listen to it like how, and that's kind of the one thing that I dislike about being in the streaming era of things is because you can go and pick and choose what you like or what you want to hear, which no problem with them, more
Hmm.
power to you, right? But back when I was growing up, you didn't have no choice but to buy the whole album.
Hmm.
You had to buy the whole cassette. You had to buy the whole vinyl and then figure out which ones you was gonna skip, but you still got a full cohesive body of work and you kind of had an idea of like, especially when it comes to rapping to certain R&B albums, like it tells a story, it paints a picture, right? Like with the Renaissance album, using it as an example, like I keep telling people to this day, to me, that's my number two Beyonce album besides B Day, even though she was screaming all up and down B Day, right? B Day is just one of them timeless classic albums. Renaissance was one of my favorites because not because of the story that was told, but you it was produced so well that you had no idea that the song had changed until you got to Break My Soul. When the beat
Yeah.
changed all together, you was like, hold on, nigga, how long we been here? Five
I mean,
songs
I
have
see,
changed?
yeah, and that's why I look at people when it comes to like Wayne in the Carter series. Like Wayne has never been cohesive.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm like, what expectation changed for y'all to think Wayne has been and ever been like? Look at all his Carter series. When has Wayne
Mm-hmm.
ever been cohesive? I think the issue grows with Wayne because Wayne is over 40
Mm-hmm.
and the subject matter has to change. But I look at it more so like for me, I compare Wayne to Kobe. When you look at Kobe play and you just watch him play, greatest of all time.
Good point.
You pull up the stats. Kobe got the most missed shots in NBA history. Like that's how I compare them to. Like they passion and love for the game. You can see it. Like Wayne loves to rap,
Mm-hmm.
just loves to rap. Kobe loved to play ball. But then you compare it to you put up the numbers and like, God damn, like this is very inefficient. But you can just see their passion. That's why when I listen to Wayne. I just hear the passion, 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 passion. That's how I feel. Like I just tell this nigga just love this.
Which makes sense, right? And to kind of go back to the Clips album, I kind of what kind of lost me was in that same vein of like the you over 40, so what is it that you gonna talk about, right? Which now that and I want to be clear, I'm not saying this that the Clips album was bad. It took a minute for it to kind of grow on me because all I kept hearing these niggas was talking about was dealing drugs and cocaine. And I was like, okay, so then what else? What else? What else y'all gonna talk
Well, I
about,
see.
right?
Well, with the Clips album, one is just it's amazing produced for real to this thing on it.
Oh yeah, like now, hold on now. Let's
But
be clear on that. The production value is amazing on that album.
but
Like,
I think with the Clips for me is believability. Like,
mm,
and I think that's what separated a lot of artists from me. It's like I believe what they saying, and then you listen to the lyrics, you hear Malice talking about he'd have been two basic methods. Like he'd have been on both sides. He's the first rapper to ever be free. Like when you hear something like that, you like they
mm-hmm,
talk about cocaine, but listen to what they're actually saying.
mm-hmm. No, that's real. Cause I don't know what's the name of that song. Is it the one with Tyler, the creator on it? Maybe. I don't remember. I'm terrible with track names. But it's the song that he was talking about. He don't like these niggas how they being content creators and he create content. And I was like, actually, no, you're correct about that, right? Which, if you kind of zoom out in the grand scheme of things, like just with that bar in itself, it's like people are out here trying to make microwavable content, right? Like some easy throw this shit in the air fryer and it's gonna give you what you need, but it's not gonna sustain you, right? Whereas niggas been doing this clips beef on cafeteria tables with mechanical pencils since 2001, right? And so, he like when he said that, I was like, no, he got a valid point because, and to your point, absolutely correct, right? Where people do have their freedom and they can talk about both sides of the coin, right? But what also kind of clicked to me, side tangent, was still in alignment with this. It also kind of made sense. I understood what Three Stacks was saying. Now that he's at a certain age, he's like, what do I talk about? And the pivot into doing, just strictly instrumentals made sense because it's like, well, I don't know what else to talk about at this point. Meanwhile, everybody's like, nigga, just get on the track and say something, right? Because even the stuff, the features that you've done recently, let us know you still got it, right? But it made sense because it's like, which going back to Wayne, the issue was kind of to your question, right? Or to your point, like my issue, quote unquote, with Wayne is that there's only so many different ways you could talk about getting and eating pussy.
I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Like, as far as like I wish Wayne would just lock in with one solid producer and
Hmm.
let them produce a cohesive album where they tell him like this is subject matter I need you to because Wayne when we talking about three stacks of Wayne on features. If
Hmm.
you get them a topic to rap about,
Oh, it's up with.
it's over. Like I'm like my first thought of mine is Wayne on what's that song with Jack Harlow? What's popping?
I was gonna say, don't give me the
Like
line.
it's not even the subject matter. It's the fact all he did was just flip Jack Harlow's verse and made it better. If
Mm.
you listen to the lyrics, or I'm thinking about Wayne on Deep with Big Sean. Wayne's talking about deep subject matter. Like he just if you give him that's what I'm like if he locked in one producer, I think Wayne's issue is that Wayne only listens to Wayne at this point. So
Yes.
Wayne likes his music. That's cool.
Which
That's
there's nothing
perfectly
wrong with
fine.
that.
I mean, yeah, and Wayne likes it. Wayne likes Wayne music. Like that's all he listen to. That's all he play. But but I'm also at the point too where I'm like I don't really look at Wayne to put out something better
Hmm.
than the Carter Three. Like I just
I do
don't.
agree.
I,
I
I feel
agree.
like he reached his peak, and I feel like his legacy is so cemented that he has the right to just if he want to get out there and rap, drop an album, he can do that. Like I'm not looking at, but because Wayne, for everybody knows Wayne is not at the top of his game
Hmm.
no more. He's not at the top, so I'm not looking at him like that. I'm just he obviously just enjoying the music.
Hmm.
But that's how I'm looking at it.
Nah, I feel you. I feel that.
Because we're talking about clips, we're talking about push like they enjoying the music, but I feel like they still had a point to prove because Malice just came. He just was done being a preacher. Parents just passed away. He's got a blessing to start rapping again from his pops. Like they had a point to prove.
Hmm. Which they did.
What, which is like Wayne has no point to prove to nobody.
I can see that. That's a valid point. And I think that's part of the reason, like I said, outside the them talking about, getting drugs, selling drugs. I'm just like, oh God, that's part of the reason why I don't listen to rap music like that.
Mhm.
Or a lot of mainstream rap music, let me be specific, right? But as I sat and listened to it, like it's the storytelling that got me, right? And
Oh,
that's
most definitely.
always what gets me with rap music is if you can tell a story and I can see exactly like if the imagery is clicking and I can see it in my head, then you've won me, right? That's probably part of the reason why Kendrick Lamar is one of my favorite rappers,
Mhm.
ever. It's because of how he tells the story. J. Cole is one of my favorite rappers because of how he tells the story, right?
Mhm.
And what I enjoyed about the Clips album was for the fact it's like you said, they had something to prove, but at the same time they didn't have something to prove. Because going back to the point that he made about niggas being content creators versus creating content, he's creating something with intentionality with him, but both of them are creating content or creating music with intentionality for it to stand the test of time, where you get these people like insert your favorite content creator, right? They only looking for something to go viral or looking for something for likes and looking for
Yeah,
something for clicks.
it's more so. And it's kind of crazy because we need both when it comes to rap. Like we need that
True.
introspective, like we need that type of rap. But it's like a lot. It's been leaning towards like the microwavable music. Like me listening to the Clips album, it's no way impossible. I was gonna sit down and listen through Travis Scott whole album, knowing what I just heard from the Clips, the type of
Wait,
rap.
Travis Scott put an album out?
Yeah, he did Jack Boy. You know, they was beefing.
I didn't know that. I don't pay attention to these shenanigans.
Pusha T and Travis Scott was beefing, so
Oh.
Travis Scott decided he wanted to drop an album too that same weekend. He dropped Jack Boys too, but it's like it's no way in my with my ears I could sit there and listen to what Clips just rapped about and how authentic and how good it was, and then go back to this melodic rap, which I'm not a fan of anyway.
Yeah, I didn't even know that they was putting it. I didn't even know he had put
Mhm.
something out there. Look, that's news to me. But then actually, no, I may have seen just a little bit of something back there where it was like some some uh somebody posted it on TikTok where it was like something that Travis Scott said in one of the songs. It sounded like if you've watched Courage the Cowardly Dog, Eustace when he be making ooga booga booga is basically what it sounded like. And it was like,
Yeah, that's what yeah.
is that what this shit is? But then folks was like, and then I think somebody did like a side by side. It was like, this is literally what Pusha T was just talking about, and it was like, I had no context about what was going on, but um in that it was also like you kind of prove his point, like Travis Scott. You kind of prove his point about niggas being content creators because you
But that's
doing
why I
it
said
just to
it's
be seen at this point.
but like I say, we need both. Just as much as we need the introspective music and intelligent
Yeah.
music, we need the party music. We need both. Like it has to be a balance. Just as much as we needed MC Hammer, Hammer Dance, whatever the
Hmm.
case may be, we needed the NWA introspect. We needed Tupac. We needed both. That's rap music in general. I just think the voices of like the introspective music, when we think about Cole or Kendrick or whatever the case may be, they just wasn't dropping as frequently, and we just got a whole bunch of. Granted, I still love Thug, Gunna, like all that, like melodic. I love it, but it just started leaning towards one way.
Nah, I feel you on that. I feel that. Okay, so then now that you got that, said, what's your top three off the first list or off of this first go around off this album?
Oh, uh,
Because I
that's
gotta go.
tough.
Because again,
FICO,
I'm terrible with track names, so I'm gonna have to go pull mine up.
FICO is my number one.
Yeah, no, FICO go hard. Yeah, that one go hard.
Malice verse went crazy. What else? All things considered. Oh my God.
Yeah, I fuck with all things considered too.
And I like all of them. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I'm stuck right now. I'm stuck between So Far Ahead and POV because I'm thinking about the hook.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. So for me, it was definitely Birds Don't Sing. I think that was strong out the gate.
But
Like,
that had me in tears. Like you said, that man said, "You damn, I had a dad." I just
yeah, yeah. No, I think it hit a
Cause
lot
you
of
think
people
about it,
like
he's like
that.
he was a dad.
Like,
He said he talking about how amazing his dad. Like that's how I think about my dad too. Like talking about how
hmm,
amazing his dad was, how his dad was a dad to everybody in the neighborhood. He's like, damn, I
hmm.
had a dad. I'm like, bro, that's my pop's still here, thank God. But I'm just like, I felt that.
Yeah, no, and I completely understand why. And for the other side, like it hit me in the similar way, but the other side is like kind of one like, damn, I wish mine would have moved in
Mm,
that type of way, whatever. But also at the same time, it's the production quality of the instrumental behind me. That's the thing that always catches me with any
mm.
song is like it's the instrumentals before the lyrics actually hit me.
Also, you a person that
And
listens to the beat first.
yeah, so like
I'm the other way around.
yeah, nah, if the beat is catchy, I'll listen to it. Like if it catches my attention, because here's the thing. People know if you know me where I've been a musician
Hmm.
since sixth grade. So we're going age 11, 12 years old, right? I done played instruments, I done sang in the gospel choir, I done, influence people on how they should change up how they sing and stuff and their own music, how the production quality and their own stuff.
Hmm.
Like I've given people like just because I got an ear for it, right? And hell, Slick have opportunity to direct the gospel choir at some point in time, right? But
Hmm.
it's because I still got an ear for it and I know what I like to hear, right? And so that's part of the reason why I said, Renaissance album was so damn good as far as the production quality is because I didn't know that we had went through 5 tracks until the beat switched up because that's how good the beat was and that's how good the production was, right? And so for me, especially when it comes to rap music, like that, and I give a perfect example of it. That's how I found out about Schoolboy Q. Is
Hmm.
because when I first heard that beat on collard greens, I said I didn't listen to the lyrics. I just listened straight to the beat because it was like, no, this shit jumping. And then when I listened to what he was saying, I was like, nah, this is. And then when Kendrick came in, I said, oh, it's a rap. Yep, that's favorite song. One of my favorite songs of all time, right? Similar like with Michael Jackson, like a lot of his music it's always the instrumentals behind it. Same with Prince. It's always the instrumentals behind it before I actually tuned into the lyrics and stuff like that. So for me, the Birds Don't Sing immediately was like, nah, I like this one. Chains and Whips, I liked it, but I didn't understand the hype behind it. I
It was the Kendrick verse, but the Kendrick verse had got leaked.
I didn't know that either. But
So I had heard it, but I also feel like Kendrick should have won last on that song.
Yeah, no, because I also feel like, but spicy take, and this is coming from a Kendrick fan. I felt like that verse was a bit weak, just a bit, not a
Mm-mm.
lot, and that's in comparison, right, to this whole GNX that we just got, right? You come at like I'm expecting because this is kind of what started the beef with him and Drake per se,
Mhm.
right? Was with this and with what was it? The Future and Metro Boomin song.
Yeah.
Um, and so it's like we went to the highest height of the roller coaster. We came all the way down. We was enjoying the ride, right? And now this is it's just kind of like the lull to me in between that ride and the next one. So to me, it was just a little bit weak. And that was just
See,
because
but
I'm so like, oh my God, Kendrick,
but
stop
let
beating
me
our
counter,
ass.
bro. Let me counter this because I think this is the first time since the beef that we actually just got a Kendrick verse where me personally, I wasn't expecting him to like. It was like I expected you to move on from the beef. Like I don't want
Yeah,
to hear no more. I don't want to hear no more about it. So this is the first time we actually got Kendrick just rapping
yeah, yeah.
since all this. So everybody, because every time now I just because it's like you think about 50 Ja Rule or Nas and Jay Z, like him and Drake careers from here on out is gonna be compared to each other, like they intertwine
Mm-hmm.
together. So now I'm just like, damn, I'm tired of them talking about this beef.
Yeah.
I just want to hear rapping. So I'm thinking about Kendrick and his play on words
Mm-hmm.
with the whole G thing, whatever, like stuff like I like stuff like that because that's one of my favorite things about Wayne is Wayne's ability to play on one word throughout the whole rhyme scheme.
Mm-hmm.
So but that's why, but also me, I listen to lyrics first before I listen to
Right.
the
It,
beats. But that's
it,
also because I'm a big battle rap fan too. So I'm always listening for lyrics.
that makes sense, right? Which I've never really been in a battle rap like that. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I used to be into it back in my 106 and Park days, watching Freestyle Friday. Like I used to look forward to that every week. But I think that's part of the reason why I said for me it was kind of weak because I'm so used to Kendrick. Like, please stop hitting us. Like, we know this is your dark side. Like, can you put him back in the cage? Because like this is
I mean,
scary. I don't like this.
I think it was still pretty light.
It
I did
was,
like
but it was. That's why I said. But what I'm saying is like it's like coming off of you drinking Everclear, and then you jump down to like a 8% wine. Like you going from Everclear to a fucking White
Mhm.
Claw. And for me, it's not saying that it wasn't strong. It just wasn't Everclear. It's like you went from Everclear down to I don't know Hennessy,
I
and
just
now I'm just like okay.
it wasn't an aggressive verse. I think that's what throws it off. If it was more aggressive,
I
like
think
you
that's
got
what it was too for me. It's just
like
like
if you think about how you came on like that, how aggressive it was.
yeah.
I don't think I think it was just lack of aggression with that verse.
Nah, I feel you on that. I feel you on that. And then I say my last one out of all of them is definitely the one. Well, I say two of them is POV with Tyler the Creator. Which, speaking of which, I think
Tyler went crazy.
Tyler went off, and I think Tyler got another one, got another album coming out. At the time
Monday.
that this is recorded, this album would have came out, but I think it's coming out tomorrow.
Mhm.
But it'll be out by the time this gets posted and stuff like that. But I'm actually looking forward to what that's gonna give
Mhm.
because a lot of people are speculating there's gonna be some throwback, but a lot of it's like it may be new material. But whatever it gives, Tyler created and had your foot on y'all, had his foot on y'all neck for some years at this point, and I don't care what nobody said about it. And then
Well,
the
he has because I was never a big Tyler creative because he came in very gimmicky and initially, like very gimmicky.
yes, he did do that.
But so like he's definitely growing me, and I was like I always forget because I listened to his last couple of albums. It was been amazing.
Yeah,
Uh, he just you could tell he a real big rap fan. Even like his verse on POV,
yeah,
he was copying the style the way Clips rap.
yeah. Nah, I feel
You
you
could
on
tell
that.
he really like he loved the Clips.
I see that. I see that. Let's take a real quick break, and we're gonna come back to some more stuff that I found interesting. I'll be back. Y'all be great. We are back like four flats on a Cadillac. So yeah, What other albums have you been listening to? Because apparently it's a lot of other stuff that I ain't paid attention to. I don't know. Yeah, I'll just be looking
Me
at.
personally, I'm a big Don Tripp and Starlito fan. So Step Brothers 4, fire. Honestly, that between the Clips album and the Step Brothers 4 album, those my top two. So I go back and forth about which one is
Hmm.
album of the year.
Okay.
Then I got Larry June and 2 Chainz dropped the album, fire. What else? Who else dropped the album? Deontay Hitchcock, one of my personal favorite rappers out of Atlanta. He dropped a EP last weekend too. It's good. It's not fire like the clips and it's good though.
Okay, so which one of these would you recommend that I go listen to? Because I've already told you who I'm not gonna go listen to, so there's that. But who is it that I need to put my time and attention to? And here's the thing also too, right?
Mhm.
What has and I'm asking this because I'm always in the market for new music, right? If it sounds good, I'm gonna listen to it, right? But the thing is that I feel as if we have been oversaturated with a lot of music as of late, right? And when I say oversaturated, it's like everybody's dropping back to back to back to back, and I don't have time like I used to back in the day to really sit with bodies of work and process them like I used to. That's part of the reason why love Currency to death, one of my favorite rappers as well. But when that nigga was dropping every 30 days, I was like, all right, bro, I don't have nothing else to give you. Like, you can't be dropping every business month like it's a goddamn check. I can't, I'm sorry, I don't
Yeah,
have
that's just music.
time.
That's just music nowadays, and I just that's why music is the way it is. It's not no sustainability. Like you can't stand like a lot of people can't stand on their work and just let the work do the talking.
You're not wrong about that. But at the same time, too, though, it's also like, but I also kind of think of it on the other side of it too. Is like, are y'all trying to get out of certain deals that y'all was in as
I
well?
mean, I think that's and you can tell with the way this music sounds.
Yes, because when all that stuff with, y'all favorite rapper Beyonce's husband, um, when that whole situation with Rihanna and stuff like that, from way back in the day, a lot of people was like the part of the reason why she gave us the music that she gave us and the reason why she's not giving us anymore is because she was trying to get out of her contract and was trying to get certain things done. And she's not the only artist that's done that. Like Prince even did that. Michael did that at one point in time, and other people have done it, right? But it's like at that point, you killing me. Like, yes, you sound great. You sound amazing. But like, damn, girl, I don't even got time to process the shit you just put out last week.
That's real. That's real, and we don't have as much time as we did as kids to sit there and consume.
That is true too, because I can't get through a whole album like I want to on my commute no more. I don't live in Atlanta. Like living in Atlanta, I can get through a whole album on the way to work. Like just because I'm stuck in traffic, right? But even with that too, though, it feels as if a lot of going back to what Clips is saying, like it's a lot of niggas just putting shit out to put shit out. They're not actively like putting stuff out that's gonna have no longevity to it anyway, right? Which is why you hear the scoopity poop do wop beat out do that you hear from some of your rappers, nobody in particular. But if they hit you, they hit you. Um, that's why you hear that type of music from people, and it's like it don't have the same, not even just quality to it. It don't have the same replay value no more.
It don't.
And I hate that for this music, especially because now you get these kids that's in here thinking, "Oh, this is the best music since sliced bread." And it's like, actually, let me show you where that came from, or let me see how
And
it
it's
got
funny
here.
that you say that, and it's funny that you say that because ironically, the only artist that I do that with is Drake. Like on the opposite end, like I would listen to Drake when it first came out. I'm like, all right, bro. And then you listen again and like, oh no, Drake is one of the like Drake has hella replay value.
He does. Let's not get it twisted.
He
Even
just makes
out,
he makes yeah, he makes good music. So for me, Drake is just a good musician. I just wish we would stop trying to put him in a box as a rapper. And like
is it?
Drake
Hold
is
on, hold on. Wait. Is it that we put him in a box, or is it that he has too many shenanigans? And it's like, okay, nigga, pick something, pick a struggle, because you can't be
uh
Jamaican one year and then be Trinidadian another year, and then be Canadian another year, and then be
see
black
that's why
another year.
but my thing is it would be no complaints. It would be a lot more complaints if he didn't sound good doing it.
Well, that's the
He
thing.
could,
Sometimes Drake definitely doesn't sound good doing it. It'd
to
be the
me, like
catchiness of the beat behind it.
True. They all go. That's why I say Drake is an amazing musician, like
Is
artist in himself.
he? You keep giving him this, and I'm just like, because here's
Drake
the
is
thing. I'm gonna be honest with you, because whatever, what was the last album that he just came out with that Nokia song on it? What was the name of that album? Because I don't know how to listen to it.
dollars for you or something like that. Whatever,
Sure.
whatever.
The only reason I fuck with that Nokia song is A, because of the nostalgia value, because Nokia ringtone, right? But if you actually listen to the content of that song, he don't talk about shit on there.
But
Like,
okay, why would I look to Drake, who's never said something of substance like that? Why would I? You know what? Drake done ran this game for over a decade. Why would I think? You know what? Drake is gonna turn a new leaf and rap about something new.
well, no, that's not what I'm expecting Drake to do, is turn a new leaf and rap about something new or something different. What I am quote unquote expecting, right, is if your gimmick is to cosplay as somebody different every single time you put out a project or you put out something, right?
Mhm.
To me, where I the things that I enjoyed more is when Drake was in his melodic rapping bag, right? When he was in his sing songy era type shit. Like I enjoy like a lot of his old stuff. Like I would still go back and run this shit just because of it reminds me of the time in which it had came out, but also like it's still a vibe, right? It just seems as if he's still trying to prove something over here in this side of thing, and it's not translating well to me, if
I
that
mean,
makes
yeah,
sense.
I just think, yeah, that makes sense. I just Drake. I think after the Meek Mill battle when he won, or the internet said he won, he won. I'm gonna give him that. Even though I think Meek Mill had the better diss song. Me personally, I like lyrics. I think Meek Mill had the better diss song, but I think after that battle, he started to earn his more respect as a rapper, which he always wanted. Like people started looking at him as a rapper, a rapper, a rapper until he got to the Pusha T stuff, and then he kind of like backtracked out of that a little bit.
Yeah.
So, but like even before the battle with Kendrick or whatever the case may be, it is no way you ever gonna convince me that he ever had a shot with Kendrick.
Oh no, you're never. Oh no,
Like
nobody
if
on
we
the
just talk
face of
if
this
we just
planet.
yeah if we just talk about rapping, I mean I commend to Drake for even stepping up to the plate,
Right.
but I'm just like if we just talk about rapping. I don't, me personally, I was like, nah, but if we just talk about making music, okay, that's a, you can have, like, that's a battle.
Nah, I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Okay. Any other things that we need to be listening to before we wrap this portion
Oh,
up?
of course, the man, the legend, Justin Bieber, his album is fire.
Oh, I'm never giving that man any of my
Oh
attention.
my God, that man,
I'm never giving that man any of my attention.
you, you know, I listen to everything. That album is fire.
I haven't given Justin Bieber any ever since he came out with that baby song. It just like it lost me, and I know he was in a younger age, day and age at that point in time. But I also am a firm believer in the spirituality of things. Like when people put stuff out, yes, it's they are, channeling whatever it is that they're going through, or they're processing in some cases whatever it is that they're going through. But that boy, ever since whatever happened to him, I'm just like something in my spirit keeps saying, not that one. Don't listen to that.
That music is fire. I don't
Okay,
fuck
well,
with
hey
it.
man, I'm gonna take your word for it.
Justin Bieber is, yeah, that album was fire. I think other than that, Wale been dropping a few singles that's been real good. Like his favorite single I heard so far is Blanco. Like that, it sounds like old Wale to me.
Whichever that one that he had did over one of them beats, I can't think. I remember I sent it to you. I can't think of the name of it. I was like, nah, I need the full version of this song.
And
I
then
need this.
he just dropped a song with Leon Thomas.
Okay.
It's
Well,
fire.
shout out to him because he getting his real big come up in the today of things,
Mhm.
coming from being a Nickelodeon kid to producing all your favorites and writing songs for them and stuff like that. And now he in his own bag with his own music, which I feel like people have been telling him that for years, right?
Yes. Hmm.
That it hit that album to me that he put out is album of the year to me just because it's amazing. It's greatly, it's well produced. I'll say that. Well produced, love the lyrics behind it, all of that. What I
Mhm.
do hate is that he did that remix with Chris Brown because that wasn't necessary. Like to me,
I
y'all could have
enjoyed
kept
it.
that. Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, but it was one of them like Chris Brown didn't need to be on this. The song was fine by itself. Like
Mhm.
you didn't need a Chris Brown feature on it at all.
That's it. What else? What else? Chance the Rapper in the song Tree with
Yeah,
Snoop
definitely
Dogg
got to
on it.
get. I need if now I need to know if this is back on coke chance, back smoking cigarettes chance. Like
Yeah, it sounds
if
like
this
it.
ain't acid rain chance, keep it. I don't want
No,
it.
that's what it took me back to. And also, I just have to get this shout out to the battle rap brother Daylight. He did a stand against Joey Badass. Them songs was fire
Okay,
in that battle. And also, verse of the year. And I say this with my whole chest.
okay.
Lizzo on the Win Whammy remix, verse of the year. That is my shit.
Oh, you talking about shit that you had on repeat for the last like 4 weeks? Yes, y'all. This
Verse
man
of the
has had
year.
this shit on repeat for 4 weeks. Yes, I'm telling y'all what I know, not what I've heard.
Verse of the year. And you know what? We can change subjects, but hopefully this didn't help us transition. I wish men were more secure in their masculinity to where they can listen to any music and any gender of music and be okay with it. Because
Caylin,
I
what you
would sit
trying to
there,
say? You trying to say the
because
niggas
I
ain't
would sit there and
masculine?
listen to women rap all day. That's why I
Uh-huh.
can have an opinion on it because I listen to it.
But see, I think that
Because
you're
there's no
not.
way, it's no way as a male that you can sit there and listen to that Lizzo verse and not say that's not verse of the year, unless guess what? You,
Unless you were misogynistic and you
yeah,
hate
that's what
women,
I'm looking
right?
for.
But the thing is that I think that's kind of a slowly dying concept, very slowly, but dying concept of like niggas not fucking with women rappers, but because they are women rappers, because you can't sit here and deny that the body
They
of work is good.
talented.
And fucking like, I'm sorry. And again, part-time homosexual. This may have just qualified me for this.
Speaking of that, hold on, pause. Glorilla album was fire. I forgot if Glorilla dropped. Glorilla album was fire this year too. But continue on.
But my point to that too, right, is like, and there's a difference between me and everybody else. It's not even sexuality based, right? It's like going using Glorilla as an example, right? We've been had 5 women rappers coming out of the city of Memphis. Like LeChat, I'm sorry, she set the bar for a lot of people, in the today of things. Honestly, wish she, was still out here doing things. Gangsta Boo is another one that was
Mhm.
out here, doing shit like, setting the precedent, setting the tone for the girls, right? But there's never not a time where going back to Nicki Minaj, right? If Monster come out, I'm skipping to her verse and I'm rapping the whole thing through, right? Roman's Revenge come out, I'm rapping the whole thing, right? Five Star Chick remix, I'm rapping the entire thing. That's just what it is, right? So for me, and mind you, I grew up in that era of like it's you gay if you listen to women rappers, if you like well whatever. But my thing is that why is it, which we know the answer to it, why is it that we can't sit here and say that this woman rapper is on the same caliber, if not better than this other person, right? If the bars are on point, if the storytelling is on point, if the wordplay is on point, all the things that y'all say that qualifies these battle rappers, these ain't shit nigga ass rappers, all of these people who get their little 15 minutes of fame, you say that the song is good, right? Or that their music is good, but they running laps around the earth around this man, and you somebody, no, I don't want to listen to her because she a woman. And then what? So you gonna miss out on music because you want to be a hater? Like, how does
Exactly.
that
Like
work?
I promise you, you can ask all my friends. My favorite song when it dropped, Bodak Yellow by Cardi. One of my favorite songs of all time.
No, I
Like,
feel you on that. Like, I feel you on that. That's why I was like, even like with going back to Cardi when Bodak Yellow came out. Oh, you best believe I was rapping every inch of that motherfucker once I learned the lyrics and stuff like that. Like even with some of Meg Thee Stallion music, I'd be going crazy on it.
even when what's that song, City Girls? I can't think of which one.
I'm gonna
One of
say
my favorites.
I don't know which one. I don't even know. Are the girls even still together?
Probably not.
Okay, well, we gonna leave that right there because that's gonna get
'Cause
messy.
I think JT started doing her own. JT had a fire song that came out too when JT coming, JT coming.
Yeah, but even like with that too, it kind of also goes into the same vein of like folks don't want to listen to gay rappers neither because even like, and I'll say this, Tyler the Creator is an anomaly in this point because I think people see him as a rapper before they see his sexuality, which I'm
Mhm.
like you should see that for everybody, but whatever. Um, that I feel like the same pressure is then put on gay rappers as well because people was looking crazy at what's that rapper name? I think his name is IDK when he had
Oh,
Saucy
it came out.
Santana. as a verse on that song with him, and
Oh,
it was to that beat with to Kaya
mhm.
My Neck My Back. I had that song in rotation for
Mhm.
weeks just because the song itself is good. But even Saucy Santana came down, put down his bars and went on about his day, right? But even like with Tyler the Creator, a lot of people, like I said, he's an anomaly in this, but a lot of people will shit on gay rappers. It's like, well, I don't want to hear him talk about niggas and stuff like that. Okay. And we sit here and listen to you niggas talk about fucking bitches getting money, getting hoes, and all the same stuff, but in different colors and in different fonts. And then what? Like, how does that work? You know? But whatever at this point.
I was also
Um,
thinking of what's his name too though. Is it Isaiah Rashad that came out?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, and even with that, which that whole
That's a sad
situation
situation. Yeah, that was
was
for
so
somebody.
stupid because it was none of y'all business
His,
to know about that shit in the first place. Now, it's still a strong fuck you to whoever posted that stuff and outed him because that shit is not that's not cool in any way,
Mhm.
shape, form, or fashion or respect, right? But the other portion of it too, though, that not only bothered me with that whole Isaiah Rashad shit, like a lot of people was trying to make it seem like that he still ain't that nigga when it comes to spitting these rhymes, spitting these verses. Like, y'all not finna sit here and tell me Sylvia demo was trash. You not finna tell me the Sun's tirade was trash. You not finna tell me the house is burning is trash just because this nigga was sucking dick on camera. You just simply are not about to tell me that,
You're
right?
not gonna say him
Like you not you
live.
can tell that lie, but I'm not gonna believe it, right? I don't care who you tell it to, but you're not gonna make me believe it. Like that nigga's still good at what he does, right? And I just hate that that's like that motherfuckers are still willing to be homophobic and misogynistic and like and this applies to so many other different things. Like you are what's the word?
Thing.
You are willing to miss out on the finer shit in life because you simply want to be a bigot and be stupid. That's just
Mhm.
stupid in all of itself. So yeah. Any other thoughts, comments, concerns on that before we push forward into these cries of outrage? Cause
Nah,
I gotta go to fuck off on a certain platform real quick. I need to get this off my spirit.
nah, I think I'm good now.
Okay, cool. We're gonna take another break, y'all, and come back with these cries of outrage because I got a bitch that runs things that I got to get into. We'll be back. All right, y'all, we are back, and it is time for my favorite portion of this program, and that is the cries of outrage. I'm gonna let the guests always go first. So, Caylin, what you got?
My first cry outrage, and maybe I'm just showing my age, but I miss the times where you can just plug something in and it just worked. Like why the
Yeah.
fuck? Like why do I keep having to scan QR codes and have a credit log in and everything for it to work, bro? Come on now, I just need it to work.
Oh, I almost had a whole Baptist fit over here. God damn. Oh, am I that old too? Because what the fuck is wrong with? And then the shit don't work. You go through all of them levels of the shit. Okay, let me stop. Keep going. This ain't my cry of outrage. This is yours. Let me
What else?
stop.
What else? What else? What else? I need us to stop picking and choosing, or just be upfront too about who we want to give grace to
Ooh.
when it comes to celebrities. Like at least just making on up front. Like it just baffles me. We set one standard for somebody else, but don't do it for somebody else because we like that person.
Okay, so you got to give us an example. What you mean by that? Now, if you get
Let me
canceled,
think.
this on you, Kaylin.
Nah, I don't want to get canceled. Like I'm thinking of who do we give grace to?
If I said,
I'm
who
trying
do
to
we
think.
give grace to that we don't get on nobody else head about?
I mean, whether it's Chris Brown,
I was gonna say that, but I'm gonna leave that to but that's a subjective grace right there.
I mean that's subjective. Like Chris Brown. Who else do I would just be giving grace to? There's just like,
Some people give R. Kelly a lot of grace, but then
yeah,
won't turn around and give that same grace to Chris Brown or the opposite effect.
whatever the case may be. But for me, I feel like well, let me think. I'm thinking of right now. Right now on Twitter is Anthony Anderson,
What
and
he did?
that because he had a sexual assault charge a couple when he was doing Hustle and Flow, and then like another one in 2017. Both charges got dropped and dismissed. But I'm just like drop and or dismissed. I don't
Oh, I
know
didn't
which
know nothing
one.
about that. Okay.
But it's just like people call him a horrible person. I'm just like, one, how y'all gonna do that if the allegations will prove it not to be true, whether it's lack of evidence, whatever the case may be? Like, I feel like it's always dangerous to put labels on people.
Hmm.
And it's nothing like, especially as a black man, I just feel like it's very dangerous to, because a lot of stuff you can't, like, no matter what, if you put that label on somebody, like, you never gonna get rid of it, no matter if it's proven to be true or not. So we have to watch what we say and do. Like, that's cool with Anthony Anderson. Like, we can say, you can say this on here, but let's not negate who is it? Chris Brown, for example. And I'm a Chris Brown fan. So, like I said, we pick and choose who we want to give grace to. Chris Brown has been tried and convicted. Granted, it was so long ago, whatever the case may be.
Hmm.
But now we want to hold, like, we got to make sure we holding everybody to the same standard. But I'm also torn between it because I'm like, I don't know these people either.
Right. Like you said, these are above your pay grade
Yeah, so this is above my
type
like, and it's
situations.
just like I don't know these people enough to just really just cast judgment.
That's real.
The only thing I can do is just go off of really what the court documents saying. They saying Anthony Anderson didn't do this, or didn't, well, it got dismissed or whatever the case may be for whatever reason. That's
Hmm.
what I have to go out of. So I'm not finna sit here and call this man a rapist or whatever the case may be. Like that's just, I feel like that's unfair.
No, that makes sense. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. Any
And
other
it's
things?
just coming up. Let me also preface this coming from a person that is always pro victim. Like I will always believe the victim first, but
You sure better stick
I,
that caveat in there because you know they
yeah,
gonna come rip
absolutely.
you straight.
I will always believe the victim first. But when it was brought to court and it was and or dismissed or charges were dropped, and I know there's certain situations where they can get paid off or whatever the case may be. I understand that, but we don't know those details to make those judgments. So I'm just going off. Like, even when I think about Shannon Sharp, the whole debacle with Shannon Sharp, and Shannon Sharp, the charges were dismissed for prejudice. But everybody was quick to jump on Shannon Sharp, saying Unky Wild, Unky doing this. To get charges dismissed with prejudice mean this woman can't come back and do the same thing again.
Mm. And see, that's how I know I don't be paying attention to stuff because I didn't even know that that was a thing. Yeah, I had no idea that these were
But
things that
Shannon
was
Sharp,
actually
yeah,
happening.
Shannon Sharp had to take a break from ESPN, his podcast, like all this other stuff. That's why I'm like, it's dangerous to just put labels on folks without necessarily knowing the whole story, but especially when it's going to court and you getting the information, like the information is being shown.
Yeah, that's also kind of like an issue with cancel culture as a whole. It's like we are quick to
Cancel culture
condemn.
pisses me off.
Oh no, that's a whole sermon in and of itself for me, right? But it's like with cancel culture, we quick to condemn somebody and put court of public opinion charges on people without knowing the full story of any and everything. And what bothers me with that is how quick groupthink starts. It's like if everybody over here in this area thinks that this person over here is an issue, then we all jump this person, but this person ain't necessarily did nothing that has got them whatever, whatever. Like you said, they can't come back from that. But the problem is that groupthink aspect of it.
I think it's more so too is people don't know what holding somebody accountable is.
And that is a whole conversation in and
It's a
of
difference. It's
itself.
a difference. Yeah, it's a difference between holding somebody accountable. One, you can't hold nobody accountable. You don't fucking know. That's
Hello.
not.
Hello.
So even when people say that, and we're holding her accountable, that she don't know you.
Right.
Like how you gonna hold somebody accountable you don't know?
Right.
Uh, but I think that's what upset cancel culture in itself is just it throws me off because people don't like the nuance when we think about bringing stuff up from 2011, 2010.
Right. And then
Or
also it's like the times have changed, right? Because what
yes,
was
everybody was not with the times. Like
everybody wasn't with that, but also what was considered cancelable back in the 90s is not the same thing in the 2025 of things. That's why I keep saying, like, if Boondocks came out today, that shit wouldn't make it past this first episode. Because just because of how much was said and or done in those things, even though it was satire, right? Which still makes me
Mhm.
wonder how South Park still is allowed to exist, or how Family Guy is still allowed to exist in the today of
I think
things.
they just said, you know what, forget cancel culture. Like
Yeah,
we're gonna
we're
do
just gonna
us.
keep making the jokes and we're gonna keep doing what they're doing. But
If
they
I say if you
also,
like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
and that's what that is. So, well,
I don't
thank you
know. I
for
think
your.
it's more so. Like I said, yeah, we the first generation too. We the first generation that's been on the internet constantly,
No,
and
I
it's
feel
like
it.
social media. So I think it's showing. Like the stuff our parents warned us about is like now is actually showing like those digital footprints or whatever the case. Like for me, I'm not apologizing for nothing I said when I was 12, 13 years old. I'm sorry. Like,
And you shouldn't, but
no,
you
it's
know,
just you got to give remember what the times was, the type of jokes everybody was making. I'm not
right.
saying it was okay. It's okay now.
But
But we was
that's just what
kids.
that
We was
was. And
kids.
yeah, that's what that was. And you can't do shit about that, you know?
You learn and you grow. I mean, if you're still doing the same stuff in 2020, 2025, it's cool. But also, it's more so too, even with everything we do say in the past, at some point you have to answer to it, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking about Neon. I don't know if you've seen the Breakfast Club interview, but they got on him about some
No, I ain't heard nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that.
racist stuff he had said a few years ago. I'm like grilling about it. I said, the BS that Charlemagne and all them have said, they have to answer to that. I think the internet too has made it to people where people don't realize it's consequences to what you do say. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can say whatever you want, you ain't gotta apologize for it, but understand that internet made it okay for people to keep disrespecting folks and not have no repercussions for it just because you're behind the screen. So even when the Breakfast Club was checking Neon about some of the stuff he said, you don't have to apologize for nothing you said in the past. Cool. But that don't mean people can't sit there. I kind of feel like I just contradicted myself, my whole point. But but I understand, like I understand it's both sides. Like when I apologize for someone I was 12, 13 years old, nah. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you bring it up to my attention, I will sit there and tell you, hey, this is when I was 13 years old. I decided to move on. Like that's just not me no more. Even though I don't feel like I said no outlandish shit. Like I just feel like racist and homophobic stuff. That's not something. Especially with my black household, we that's not something we playing about.
Yeah.
Like that's never gonna be a joke.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. I feel you that.
But people need to be okay. Like even when Will slapped Chris Rock, like you can't keep saying stuff without to some people going
And then not expect
what's up?
nobody to respond. That's not how
And you
that
can't
ain't
keep saying stuff and not expect nobody to respond.
that's not how that works. No, I agree with that. Um, what I will say is this, and then I'm gonna jump into mine real quick, is that I think a lot of people have to first and foremost get a real good grip on reality and kind of understand that your opinion on something is going to always be subjective, right? Your stance, your viewpoint on something is going to always be subjective, right?
You can't stand on it.
And you have to, and if you gonna say it, stand on it, right? But at the same time, too, though, there also comes a time where you have to be willing to step back and look and see is like, is what I'm saying, though it is my opinion, is this going to cause harm to somebody in some way, shape, form, or fashion? Even if it's not immediate, like, can what I say be damaging to somebody else? And I don't think a lot of people keep that type of stuff into
Yeah, okay,
context.
yeah. I think that's the point I'm trying to get at. Would I apologize for something I said and I was 12, 13 years old? Probably not. But at
Mhm.
my big age, if I would say something in more recent times and I understand the hurt and everything that it caused,
That's a whole different ballgame.
that's a whole different process. Like, but like I said, even when I'm thinking about the Breakfast Club stuff, I'm just like, nobody had never. I don't think nobody has ever had like a racist point in their life where it's okay just to be racist. Like, that's not okay.
Some people have, but
I
not
mean, yeah,
not
but
us,
but I'm
but
just saying, like, people try to normalize that part of it.
yeah,
Like, it's just like, well, I used to say the N word. I used to do. I'm like, bro, that's not okay. Like, that's never been
it was
okay.
never
It
been
never will.
okay. Yeah,
That will never be okay.
yeah.
Like, nobody had that phase in their life. Well, for me, I never had that phase. I never had that phase in my life where it was ever okay to be racist. Like,
but then also because you don't benefit from racism, and for them, they don't recognize they still, uh, they still um, they don't think about like, oh, just because my people didn't have, slaves or their own slaves, whatever, I can't be racist. I didn't benefit from it. And it's like, yes, you do. And I think until people conceptualize that portion of it, right?
Mhm.
Which also then leads to the other side of like why black people and people of color, some people of color can't be racist as a whole. They can be prejudiced, they can be discriminatory, right? Once you understand the system as complex as it is like that, then it would make a lot more sense for a lot of people and they would stop making dumb decisions such as this and then try to hide behind, well, oh, I didn't know better then, if that makes sense. So real quick, I'm gonna get this crowd outrage out because it's been bubbling this entire recording. Y'all have no idea. But my crowd outrage goes, it's continuing with the theme and the series of capitalism needs to fall yesterday. I'm sick of Zoom. I'm sick of companies, not even just Zoom, but companies in general. Zoom is just gonna catch this one right here because I'm talking directly to you bitches and on y'all bitches right now, right? But I'm sick of capitalism and I'm sick of everybody trying to make a dollar out of everybody, right? I had a moment before I started recording today and thought of like how nothing in this world literally is free anymore except for you to breathe, right? And again, it's maybe a show of my age type situation, but like there's a lot of things that I grew up with that simply are not free anymore, or you have to pay of entry to get in, entry fee to get in, or you have to pay a cover, or you have to do something. You have to exchange money in use of something, of some type of service and some type of good, right? And what irritates me about that is because it's all about people making money and getting to the bottom dollar. But the thing is that the offer or the service or the product that you provide literally has bullshit quality, right? Or the quality don't be that good, or it used to be this much, but now you're charging people for this less for this amount more. And it's like, well, one, why are we being charged to use the thing that is a necessity, i.e., internet, right? I.e., basic utilities, right? We're being charged to use things that everybody needs in this world in order to be successful in one way, shape, form, or fashion. But now you're literally creating a barrier to entry simply because you own this privatized good. Sure, I get that. That is one of the basic tenets of capitalism, right? But what irritates me is that we are at this point or at a critical juncture where you quite literally have to pay for everything, but the people who are charging for everything don't have to deal with none of this shit, but they don't realize and recognize that in doing this, they are putting a target on their back. That's not my concern, right? My issue with all of this is the fact that, like, for us to be a land that's so free and we should all be able to reach the American dream and blah 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 blah, right?
American
How do
dream
I
is
get
slavery.
it's slavery. It's quite literally slavery. It's a nightmare. You have to be asleep to believe that it's real, right? But my issue and my cry of outrage, again, it's directed to Zoom because how dare you bitches be saying like, oh, you only got a 40-minute free meeting and then I gotta wait 10 minutes to start a new meeting. When back in the day, you used to be able to just get on this bitch and talk with people. Or the only way that you can actually utilize some of the features that people would need in order to just be successful, you got to charge me $19 a month. For what? Because you don't have nobody that's out here looking at these servers day in and day out and saying, okay, let me make sure that they doing whatever, whatever, whatever. Especially when y'all are trying to push AI on everything. I don't want to have to pay for no automated, intelligence type thing. I just want to be able to do what I'm doing right now. But you trying to offer me all of these types of things in with the package deal that I don't really care for, right? And so my cry of outrage again is I want capitalism to die yesterday. Maybe the quicker that we get into what I talked about a few episodes ago about Uranus moving into Gemini and how that literally led to wars and how Pluto making its return is what led to the collapse of empires. Maybe the quicker that gets here, my wish could be fulfilled. But also at the same time, like this shit is so fucking unnecessary. And what I also want in a tandem to that is I want us as a people to fight back and stop allowing this bullshit to just simply happen because y'all are literally laying down and taking this shit up the ass with no Vaseline, and that's worth the ice cube. I'm through with what I got today. Caylin, thank you so much for coming through and kicking it with me and talking shit and doing this episode with me. I greatly appreciate you. Any final thoughts, comments, concerns, cries of outrage before we get up out of here?
No, I don't think so. Go love a black woman, go hug a black woman, go kiss a black woman. What can what is it? Make sure it's consensual, of course.
Yes, please do that.
But
Let's do that.
go call your parents, go call your brother, go call your sister, go check in on them. Love everybody.
I fucks with that. I fucks with that. Well, with that being said, this has been another episode of Introspective Thoughts. Y'all be great, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.